Okay, welcome back to Income Grinders. My name is Eric, as always, and today's video is about an insight into my own personal setup in April regarding my different income streams, as well as my sort of business configuration or setup. So let's get started. Like I mentioned before, I work daytime as a software developer, doing various coding in .NET and Java, for example. Also, from time to time, I work as a business analyst. So this is my daytime revenue stream. And if we proceed to the more interesting parts, which is my part-time work, which I do when I find some time, it's about making money online, as you probably understand. And at the moment, I have like two different separate sections or concept that I'm working on. One is my sort of localized web services, which are small, easy to scale web sites or services targeting very specific niches and specific regions in that concept. It's based on a CMS I developed around 2016, and it's one sort of bubble of my side income revenue streams. The other sort of section or revenue stream that I want to mention is my various affiliate websites, which are basically review sites or blogs, depending on how you want to classify it. They are built using WordPress, so therefore they might be called blogs. And that's it. So these are my three main categories at the moment, bringing me and my company's income, my various income streams. But I mean, you could also consider each of these small circles here within my web services to be a distinct income stream as well. But I thought I could group them together. Otherwise, it would be too messy. I have around 120, 140 of these localized web services, and they make a very varied amount of income per day. And but together they all sort of bring in lots of nice income daily. And the review blogs or websites are about 16 at the moment in various sort of sizes. Now, the income I get from my software development consultancy is going to the brokerage contractor I'm using, and then they pay me money, of course, for my services. When it comes to the localized web services, I monetize those using display ads, more or less 100%. I might have one or two affiliate links there as well, but the goal with these are to be 100% evergreen. The content is very low maintenance on this, and what I provide, the value they bring, is very evergreen, so to say. It's the same every day, more or less. And so therefore I want to use a monetization approach, which is also evergreen or is low or little, if any, maintenance at all. So that's why display ads, which are based around the context of each niche for these services, just going automatically displaying relevant ads. So I have created 6 different display ads accounts to have redundancy if one of them goes down. And that's also sort of the concept with having so many web services and also having many revenue streams. It's when one of them is working worse, the other ones are sort of stepping up, or at least filling up some part of the gaps if revenue goes down in one area. And of course I also have redundancy in having many web hosts, so if one web host goes down, not all of my websites goes down at the same time. So I have redundancy in that sense as well in my revenue streams. And the review blogs are monetized using various affiliate networks. I think I have at least 4 up and running, and 3 of those are making like any money to mention. The other ones are more used for case studies and sort of lying there in the background. If products run out in one affiliate network, I can sort of insert products from the other one if they're relevant for that specific article or product I'm writing about. So depending on how you look at it, I have about 3 sort of main income streams now. It's the day-to-day job, my software development consultancy work. I have my web services, and I have my review blogs. But if you dive deeper in my, sort of the side business part, I have many small income streams within the specific concept, of course. Now we can take a more detailed look at how it works on a more business level. I have created one, I think the closest term in English would be an LLC company. In Swedish it's aktiebolag, which means sort of a sole proprietary stock shared company with only shared stocks that I own 100% myself. So the revenue from my software development consultancy works goes to this company, and then I sort of have this set up that I pay out salary to myself, and I get to sort of extract dividends from this company to myself as a private person each year. I try to do that. So I have 2 income streams to me as a person coming from that company. And sort of what's left after taxes for that company, I invest in the stock market each year, or several times during the year. I try to do small investments or large, depending on how you view it. And then now these sort of stocks, they create dividends as well. So the portfolio for that company is sort of growing in 2 ways. It's the dividends themselves, and it's the yearly deposits that I make into this portfolio. And if we take another look at what I do with the revenue from my side business, I have created a second company, or LLC, or aktiebolag as it's called in Swedish, which is my dedicated online entrepreneur company. So all the revenue streams from the various ads accounts and affiliate networks are going down here into this hobby company, or whatever you want to call it, or solopreneur company. And then I spend some amount of the money to reinvest, which means I purchase new content, I try out new stuff, and I can buy software I want to try and evaluate. But mainly the reinvestment is about expanding the amount of content on my review blogs at the moment, so to make them grow and bring in more revenue in the future. So, and also this company is possible to give me as a person dividends. That's why I have created basically 2 companies, because in Sweden, if you have 1 or more companies, you can only have one kind of specific dividends paid out. You need to have one company in which you take out salary, and then you can take out dividends in the other one in a different way as well. So it's sort of a accounting thing to maximize the amount of dividends you can pay out to yourself. That's why I have 2 separate companies. And if I sort of minimize myself a bit, we can look at the details down here. Of course, I also invest in a stock portfolio that is owned by my second LLC, and reinvest the dividends and all that, like you see in number 1 as well, that the dividends are coming and reinvested in other stocks or the same stocks. And then to me as a person, I have 1, 2, 3 revenue streams, so to say, coming in from this setup I have created for my 2 companies. I have the salary, which is a monthly salary sort of set up to reflect what I had before I started my company. I have the dividends that I take out yearly from these two companies, which together is actually more than my total salary for a year. So, and all this money coming in is sort of paying the bills and used to invest in the stock market as well. That's the topic for a different video, probably. That's more personal finance. That's why I haven't put it in here, because that would make it even messier. I'm not sure if you can understand any of this setup, but this is a setup I've been aiming for creating for many years now. So last year was the first year that I was sort of in goal, was able to run this 100% this setup. So it's really nice to have reached that far. But I'm not fully done. If ever you will be ever fully done, I want to create more revenue streams. So that's why I want to show you guys this slide here as well. So the ones that are in green are from the last pictures. The green ones are up and running and more in maintenance mode and maybe in some way an expansion mode or scale up mode if you like. I have started a YouTube channel, this one that you're watching right now. That could become an income stream. I'm not sure. Depends on how many people find this content interesting. And I would like to expand to maybe creating some ebooks. I looked at the possibility to create courses, and also I might look into print on demand or drop shipping and that kind of stuff. I'm not interested in having inventory. Possibly sending my inventory to Amazon and let them do the sort of fulfillment for me. And these two down here are basically copies of those two in green here, but I'm only sort of targeting the Swedish market, and since we're only about 9 million people in Sweden, it will be possible for me to scale up this business model in other regions, of course. So I'm looking into creating these microservices or micro niche websites, sort of customizing them to be possible to deploy in other countries as well. It would require some initial work to make them localizable in other countries, but once that is completed, it's more like creating some templates and pushing deploy, and then they should be up and running. And it's the same with creating review sites. Hope I'm getting time soon to start a case study, and I will document that on the channel, all from finding a niche to doing some keyword research, buying a domain, setting up WordPress and all that. So I think that might be a good thing to document and put up videos about for complete beginners on how to create a niche blog from scratch. That's a goal I have as well to set up. And yes, that's it for this short video about my revenue streams that I have now in April 2021 and the surrounding business model about my companies. Any questions, please ask them in the comments and I will surely answer them. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.